Welcome to another episode of Decide to Heal. I am your host, award-winning master life coach, Alejandra Crisafulli, and I am with the incredible Angie here. Super excited to have this conversation with you today, Angie. This is something that we've been trying to do for I want to say 2 months almost, and something just kept getting in the way. Either we were both sick or something in our schedules were coming up. And it's funny when things like that happen, whether it's me meeting with a coaching client or someone I'm supposed to meet to build a business of some sort or anything, it's a divine appointment.
Yeah.
And the timing of it is just not working out. There is a reason for that. And so we had been kind of giggling back and forth of there must be a reason why we weren't meant to meet until today.
Yeah.
So timing is perfect, and totally trust that we're going to have an incredible conversation. And for whatever reason, we weren't meant to have it until today because the timing wasn't ready. And I look at time as a trainer. So when you're in that space of why is this taking so much time, or why isn't the time working out? It's God is training us for something, and there's going to be something incredible that's revealed through it. And I can't wait to see what that is for us.
Yeah.
So Angie, please take just a moment to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you and let the audience hear who you are and why you've chosen to be here.
Okay. I am a salon owner and stylist. And then I am also a certified 180 method coach recently. So I have a husband and 2 adult kids who are both at home now. But it's fun. So I just really have struggled with building my coaching business. And so I am just looking for any kind of breakthrough I can get my hands on.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for sharing that, because whether it's a coaching business or a brick and mortar retail business or an online business, it's hard to build your business. And I say it's hard, not because I'm saying projecting out that things are difficult. It's hard in the sense of you're confronting many different aspects of yourself that you would normally never confront if you haven't chosen to step into God's calling of whatever entrepreneurship venture He's called you to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I mean by hard. And listen, it is hard, right? To confront yourself and to look at those deep, dark areas that you've shoved in the deep dark for a purpose.
Right. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So, and also, if maybe this is the first time you're hearing this, I do train coaches in the 180 method. And you're getting little pieces of what the 180 method may be through these conversations or coaching sessions that I'm doing. But there's a whole curriculum and background to how healing actually happens through using this 180 method. And Angie was one of the first coaches to be trained in this method. So I am all for you, my friend, breaking through and getting beyond the struggle to build your business. So if you have ever struggled building your coaching business, then tune in, because I'm sure you're going to be faced with a lot of the same challenges that Angie is going to share with us. So what do you think has been your biggest challenge? And whatever comes up, Angie, just what do you feel is your biggest challenge to building this coaching business?
It's getting people to commit to a class, a free class even. Right now, that is my biggest hurdle. But I mean, I really feel that right now people just don't want to commit to anything. And so it's really difficult to, offer these classes. And because I've even offered in-person classes and, had, people signed up for them, like registered for them and then canceled the day of. So I've gone back to just doing online because it's really hard to, reserve a place and then if nobody is going to show up, then it's hard to just be the only one in there. So I think it's just really difficult for people to commit to anything and especially something they don't know anything about.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, good. So this is really key and super interesting too, because it's what I'm hearing in that challenge is like, yes, it's about getting people to commit and finding that to be a challenge, but it's getting them to show up.
Mm-hmm.
There's like different levels, so to speak, of building your coaching business. There's, getting people to even comment on a post is like one level. And then the next level is getting people to say yes to your sales process, whether that be a freebie or a call, maybe a free coaching call. And then having them not only say yes, but then show up for the actual call or show up for the actual free thing. And then once you're in that sales process, it's then the next level of, okay, now saying yes to the actual journey together and committing financially and also time, which time and money are people's two biggest obstacles that are related to what I'm going to say, valid excuses. So there's many levels, right? And so we're back at that first part where it's like just getting people to commit to showing up.
Yeah.
And Angie, that distinction is important because it's not just about getting people to commit to anything. Right now, it's about getting people to commit to showing up for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean like for you, but that's the piece for you. Yeah. Of getting people to commit to show up. Now, why do you think that distinction is important of knowing that it's about getting people to commit to showing up versus getting people to commit to anything?
Because I know as a coach that like we create our own circumstances. So that is going to be part of that. Mm-hmm. And so, I do need to focus more on them committing to showing up.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That specificity, if you simplify things, because when you leave it in that big generalization of it, it's a lot harder to get down to the root cause of what that is in the first place. Because it's too broad, it's too big, symptomatic versus like the core of it, the cause, basically. Okay. So when you can be very specific, that is helpful, and you can work through almost like the tangle of a necklace, Mm-hmm. If you start with the whole big jumble of it, it's like, forget it. I give up. It's too much. But if you're just taking like one piece of the tangle and you find that centerpiece and you yank it and it's like, oh, okay, that tangle came out great. Now is revealed this next kind of tangle that I need to work on. And so that's why the specificity is important. And as you're saying, yes, you create your circumstances. So if you're leaving it in that general format versus this part around showing up, what do you think that's doing for you to leave it in the generalization? What does it do for you?
Well, I think it probably gets my hopes up when they actually commit, but then